Are you ever in a situation where you're trying to do something and then like you're called back home to do something else, but like a parent or your significant other, for example? For me, being a homeowner, we've had to deal with our furnace kind of being wonky, going haywire, where it will stop blowing out hot air and then it blows cold air into the house. So my wife and I are fearful of the pipes freezing because when I'm shooting this video, it's winter and it's starting to warm up, but like we have had a situation where the pipes have frozen. So we hired a few people to come take a look in the past, and I was eventually shown how to, and it's called bleeding out where the furnace is. You're basically taking oil that's kind of clogging everything out, having that oil come out, have it come out into like a container, and then from there you're able to restart the burner because it doesn't really catch the flame, so to speak. And then you just kind of recycle and recycle over and over again until it starts pumping out the hot air again like you want and like what's supposed to happen. So coming back home, and this was like I think 2 years ago or so, having the pipes frozen and then having our neighbor Angelica help us out with the frozen pipes, just a crazy situation as a homeowner. So what does that have to do with this vlog? Basically, I decided to go to New York City the other day to hang out with my friend Derrick Brownie. Derrick Brownie is a very prominent, prolific menswear blogger, takes his own photos, and he inspires a lot of what I do in terms of taking my own photos with my Canon Rebel T3i. So went to hang out with him. It was also New York Fashion Week, and I haven't gone to any shows or anything, just don't really have the time for it with everything I'm doing for the Milford Arts Council and for my art business as well. And it was funny because I caught a fashion show at Grand Central Terminal when I was en route to the coffee shop where we were gonna hang out. And it was sectioned off, impromptu. The models came out, they did their thing, and I took a few photos with my Camp Snap Pro. So really enjoyed that, and then went to hang out with Derrick. And right before I got to the coffee shop, my wife is telling me that the furnace is blowing out cold air. So connecting back to the first part of the vlog and this story. So dealing with the anxiety of being in another state, and I'd only planned to be there for the morning because my wife was doing an event later representing Central Connecticut State University and the Love Jones Cafe, they call it, based on the Love Jones movie. So my wife is a host, she's a licensed clinical trauma therapist, and she has multiple businesses for supporting creatives, and she also went to SCSU, so she's an alum. So I don't usually feel anxious, I don't usually feel anxiety, I'm usually cool under pressure. But when it comes to having your pipes freeze and your wife being in a particular way about having to do her own therapy sessions because she does them at home while worrying about the furnace was like really stressful. So hanging out with Derrick, I just communicated with him like, hey, I'm dealing with this thing with the furnace, like definitely we can hang out and stuff. And this is just something I've been managing. It was running a little bit late anyway, so it gave me a chance to call around and see if I could get anybody to come out to take a look at the house while I wasn't there. So that part wasn't successful. So despite all that going on, I was still able to focus, catch up with Derrick, caught a few pictures of him with my Canon Rebel and one of my Harlow lights as well, trying something different with the continuous lighting and taking some photos. And then eventually getting home and dealing with the furnace myself, where I was able to bleed it, take some of the oil out, and then restart it. Had to do it a few times, and we'll probably get it serviced and looked at anyway. But I was just able to juggle and manage all those things. And then after all that was handled, went out to SCSU to support my wife in doing her event. I took a lot of photos with the Canon, took some video with the Osmo, and then also took video with my iPhone with the VSCO Capture app, which now has video and photography, which is great. So jam-packed day. My life is crazy. I love it. I enjoy it. and I'm happy that I can just manage these different things and still be able to have a good time. But it's not always easy. So that'll do it for this vlog. I'll have some pictures at the end as well of just how the day looked, and probably splice some things in there as well in terms of just the video content and then the photos I took as well, because I love having talking head videos, and I understand at the same time nobody just wants to watch a static shot, so that's usually how I edit, by splicing those different things in there. So hope you enjoyed this. Let me know what you think in the comments, and how do you manage things as a homeowner or somebody that rents and having things come up in your home. Let me know in the comments. See you on the next one.